AMD's Big Navi 6800 and 6800 XT are launching, and these certainly are going to be probably sold out very, very quickly. But today we're going to do a launch video at maximizing your chances at finding them in stock. I'm going to tell you when they're launching, the best places to find them, and everything else you need to know to improve your chances at getting these GPUs. Let's get started. Hey guys, Tiago here. So let's talk about the AMD launch. I'm going to tell you everything you need to know to improve your chances at finding these in stock. If you guys have been following me, you've probably seen my similar launch videos on the RTX 3080, 90, 70. We actually went through and learned a lot about different places that you were able to get them, different tactics. For the AMD launch, a lot of those tactics will also be true with some differences. So let's get started. Let's see how you can maximize your chance if you're getting a 6800 or a 6800 XT. Now remember, the 6900 XT will be launching in December, so that's going to be a whole separate launch. For now, AMD is going to be launching these two GPUs. Now, the hype certainly has been tremendous for these, so I'm going to tell you guys, be realistic. It's not like AMD has any special magic that NVIDIA didn't have, even though AMD certainly had more time to prepare than NVIDIA, and they saw all of the issues with the RTX 3080 launch. It still doesn't mean that there's going to be enough supply to meet demand. The demand here really is the critical factor. The hype has been very high for these GPUs, especially after people couldn't get any NVIDIA GPUs recently. A lot of those people are now going to give AMD a chance, and that's going to mean a lot of competition when you're actually trying to buy these, especially on launch day. So expect them to sell out very quickly. Most likely stock will also be hard to come by, with them coming in stock occasionally as they can replenish these products. So having said that, let's discuss some places and some strategies where you can actually have a better chance at getting these GPUs. The first place that I'm going to talk about is going to be Micro Center. And now I know that for international people and people who don't live near a Micro Center, you can probably just skip this tip and then go, to the next one. Micro Center is certainly a really good way to get hardware because you can go there on launch day in person, even if you have to wait in line a little bit longer. Most likely you have a much higher chance at actually being able to get one as opposed to having to go online and fight against bots and scalpers and things of that nature. For example, even on the day that Zen 3 launched, the Ryzen 5000, I personally went within the first 10 minutes of opening to a Micro Center, and while there were people ahead of me, it wasn't like crazy. There weren't like 300 people waiting. That's because, of course, the Zen 3 is going to be a little less demand than the GPUs, but I was still able to get one of the Ryzen 5000 GPUs that very same day. Of course, they give you a voucher, but that day they also had other things come in stock like RTX 3080s and 3090s that were available, so there's a good chance on launch day other things may come in. So if by some chance you can't actually get one of the AMD GPUs, possibly maybe they got stock of NVIDIA or something like that and you may get lucky. But certainly going in person, even though it's a little bit more work than actually staying online on your computer hitting F5, it can be a lot more of a high success rate, just because if you can get a good place online and they actually have decent stock. For example, when the RTX 3070 launched, they have over 100 GPUs in stock, so a lot of people that actually were able to get GPUs. Of course, the 3080 launch was extremely limited, something like 10 to 15 GPUs per store, so that was an entirely different case. So we're hoping that AMD knows what the demand is by now. Hopefully they were able to ramp up manufacturing, so that way, especially if you go to Micro Center, you'll have a lot better chance at getting one of these GPUs. And of course, another place that may be more accessible to more people is going to be Newegg. Likewise, on launch day for Zen 3, I also saw Ryzen 5000 in stock on Newegg, and it was certainly up for a good 10 to 15 minutes for something like the 5600X. Now, of course, I'm not expecting the 6800 or the 6800 XT to stay in stock that long, but definitely check Newegg. They're going to be one of the biggest retailers for these type of computer parts. Sometimes you can sign up for notification emails and then eventually you can be notified when something comes in stock. But since this is a pretty new launch item, you just have to be there the moment it launches. But judging from how the PlayStation 5 went by like the RTX GPUs, even the 3070, everything sold out really, really quickly. It almost seemed like you didn't have too much of a chance. Of course, it's going to be one of the frustrations dealing with a site like Newegg as opposed to something like Micro Center where you can go in person. You may have competition from people on like Discord servers with like links and people watching, so it can certainly be a bit difficult to get in there on time. Of course, we can expect there to be more 6800 than 6800 XT just because of the way the GPUs are priced, and one is more high-end, so we have to see which one is going to be in stock longer. I'm assuming the 6800, but even that is going to sell out very very quickly, because like I said before, hype is certainly very high. So I would say Newegg, at least try that. And of course, we have to mention what time is everything going to be available. If it's anything like the previous launches, it should be around 9 a.m. Eastern time. That's Eastern US, New York time. All of the other launches like Zen 3, even all of the other NVIDIA GPUs were exactly at 9 a.m. So most likely that's going to be it. But just keep in mind that sometimes not everything comes down at once. For example, I even remember on Newegg, the Zen 3 launch, it didn't seem like it was available at exactly 9 a.m., but it was a little bit sporadic, a little bit after. So just remember, retailers could do strategies like this, maybe stagger sort of when the releases are, in order for not everybody to come in at once and buy out all of the stock. So remember, even if you don't get something right away, just keep refreshing at least for the first half hour, for the first hour, because they may be listing certain things in stock, and you never know, you could get pretty lucky and actually find something. Now, the third place that a lot of people have been able to get GPUs from, and that's going to be Best Buy. Now, if it's anything like the other launches, the actual physical stores did not seem to get really any copies of any GPUs at all, but most of the success rates, or if not all of them, really came from Best Buy online. And now recently, Best Buy did make some changes to sort of how they do their launches. In fact, during the 3070 launch, like if you added it to cart, it would sort of get grayed out and you would have to wait a certain amount of time, and then it would come on and then you hit add to cart. But then the thing is, you would have to rush and be able to check out really quickly before anybody else would do this. So that's something they implemented. I'm not sure how successful it was. I guess they're trying to stop people from really quickly buying things and giving people more of a chance. So in general, across these different sites, we certainly have to see if they're going to implement any type of systems like this. And then of course you could try AMD.com as well. They do have a shop section, and there I would just keep refreshing, keep checking. Who knows, you may get lucky there as well, but I would certainly check the other retailer websites as well. So let's talk about another few little tips and tricks that you could actually put to use to just maximize your chances. Remember to already have created an account in all of these different websites that you're going to, be it Newegg, Best Buy, or even AMD.com. If you have an account, you don't have to waste time creating an account, putting in information. Trust me, somebody will have done it and they're going to get their GPU a lot faster than you will. With something like Newegg, even if you do it like on the mobile app, sometimes on the phone it can be a lot faster than actually on the desktop computer. So remember to have like two things at once. Sometimes maybe the desktop version is going to crash a little bit or be like really laggy. You can check on your phone, it may be completely different. You may be able to get access and may be able to see different things. Let's say something like the Newegg app. If you have something like Apple Pay, and this is going to work on the Best Buy app as well, you can check out really quickly without having to go through the traditional Newegg process. Another great tip at being able to find stock and maximizing your chances. Remember to network, use social media, maybe get friends that know where things are going to happen. So if one guy's looking at Best Buy, somebody else could be looking at Newegg. You guys can also follow me on social media. I'm going to have the links down below. As soon as I see stock or update on the situation, I definitely will make sure to inform you guys through social media, so definitely remember to follow me down below. Then just keep an eye on different places. As soon as maybe 9 a.m. hits, try to check out all the different places, see if you can get lucky. If not, like I said, don't give up, keep trying. Maybe they can stagger some of these releases so stock isn't gone immediately. They may stagger them over the next hour or two. I've seen that happen with certain products, so it's certainly very possible here, especially with something that's going to be in high demand. And while we don't know exactly the quantities that AMD has provided to all of the partners and all the resellers, we can only hope that they've been watching all of the launches, that they know there's a massive amount of demand. So hopefully they've tried their best to produce as many products as they can. And then finally, what happens if you can't get a GPU on launch day and you still really want one? Well, don't give up hope. During the next few weeks and months, just like happened with the RTX 3000 series, you're going to be able to find stock occasionally coming in through all of these different places that we spoke about. And as the weeks go by, aside from the AMD reference cards, you're also going to have more and more third-party custom cards available. Not all of them are going to be released at once. You're going to see them staggered sort of during the next few weeks and a few months. You'll see the GPUs that have already been teased from like Asus and MSI and even Sapphire. So you'll be able to find those, and those may be a lot easier to find than the AMD reference GPU. And of course, probably on launch day, you're going to see these GPUs immediately start to pop up on Facebook Marketplace and even eBay at outrageous prices. I would just tell you guys, really ignore the the scalpers, like don't incentivize them. Just wait until the stock comes back a little bit better. Now that we have even more GPUs on the market, along with NVIDIA, along with these AMD GPUs, I think it may only be another few months before stock really normalizes a lot more. It may still be a little bit tricky now, but I think right after that, hopefully stock should start to normalize soon, because now you have another player in the market. It's not just NVIDIA and its partners, it's also going to be AMD as well as its various partners, putting out as many GPUs, I think, as they can really make in order to try to fulfill this crazy demand and hype that we've had during the last few months for these gaming products. Alright guys, good luck hunting for these GPUs. Let us know down below if you had any luck or what tips and tricks you're using to be able to find these. Remember to post whatever you're able to find or anything else you might be able to share with the community. So remember to subscribe, smash that like button, and I'll see you guys on the next video.